Hey everybody, hope you're all well. Welcome to another episode of EGIL.TRADE, brought to you by the Let's Talk Crypto podcast and proudly sponsored by cryptofish.com. And what you can see up here behind me is the cryptofish.com platform. It's an easy to use non-custodial platform where you can buy and exchange, store, earn, or send Bitcoins using US dollars, euros, British pounds if you're in the UK, and just about any other currency that you are locally. You can use debit or credit card internationally, ACH for the US bank transfers, SEPA for EU bank transfers, UK foster payments for UK bank transfers, and US wires coming soon. So is Poly for Australia, and so is Ideal Payments. There's an easy-to-use learning section, Bitcoin, crypto, blockchain 101, Cryptopedia, absolutely free video learning portal, and of course, the crypto podcast. Guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump straight into the figures here, the numbers. Look at this. You'll see a sea of red behind me. There's a few dotted green amounts here and there. But overnight, actually, we did see Bitcoin drop down to, I think, about $8,800. Although it has bounced a little bit up to $9,178 now. Ethereum's at $204. Just gives you a little bit of an overview of the crypto market in general. Over there, you can see the Bitcoin dominance is at 66.55%. Okay, let's jump into the charts. Today I have a different setup. I don't have my other screens with me, so I'm recording this differently. I usually use Streamlabs. Now I'm using Zoom today. I will be going back to normal from Monday, but in any event, at least I'm still able to bring you an episode. So here we go. I've got my 12-hour time frame up. I must say I was expecting the price to go up from this point over here, and that was not the case. We did break through the 21 EMA on the 12-hour. We broke through our liquid zone, came down, and came back down to our next liquid zone down here. I was saying in the previous episode that if we did take the southern route, that we'd probably come down to the 89 region, there or thereabouts. We hit the 88 region, and it looks like we've tested the 55 EMA on the 12-hour time frame. If you look here, we have got the golden cross still in action here. We're living healthily above the golden cross. We've come back down and tested the 55 EMA multiple times, and we've come and tested it again. There's a strong possibility in my mind that we might reaccumulate around the 55 EMA along this liquid zone here as well. A little bit of confluence there. Giving the 12-hour stochastics, which has been an absolute cheat code, time to reset. And you'll see we are approaching this trend line here on the 12-hour stochastics that we've hit once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. Will it be the 8th time that breaks the trend? Who knows? But it is probably a good area to manage your risk around, which is making me think that we might have another stab down towards the 88 to 87, 88 area, maybe even 86, and maybe even a little bit lower, 85, create a bit of divergence and then come back up. But we are very close to hitting this trend line on the 12-hour stochastics. It's not the be-all and end-all, but I do like the fact that we've done this whole move. We've come all the way up here, and the CMF is still looking good. We have lost the EMA on... we have lost the EMA on the 12-hour RSI, but we have managed to come out of the bearish control zone and pop our head back into the neutral zone. We have closed there now, but we need to confirm another close there to be sure. What I don't like right now is if you look on the 12-hour time frame, let me get rid of the momentum oscillators, is that we have broken below this trend line, which we did seem to find a lot of buying support and selling support on. We've broken below it again, and if we don't hold this area here, around about the 88 area, then I do think we're going to come down to the 85 area. And I'm not sure what will happen there. Well, of course, I'm not sure. But I would like to see us at least bounce back up to the 89, 9K area and see what happens there. If we can break through that, then I think we'll start climbing back up again. However, if this area doesn't hold, and this is just redistribution down here, because we can now all agree that this was distribution, wasn't accumulation. Perhaps they made it look a little bit like accumulation here, but this is now very clearly distribution. Over here, it's a rounded top coming down. If we get a redistribution over here and we end up down in the 85 area and perhaps even dip down into the 78 area, then we'll have to take it level by level at that stage. I'm not sure why my chart just changed like that. I think I bumped something. Please excuse me. It is interesting anyway, while we are on GBTC, that it was a leading indicator again, as it was in previous dumps. It did sort of shine the light on the way that we're going to be going forward. However, you know, you never know when that trend is going to end. So let's go back to Bitstamp here where we were. My internet's a bit slow at the moment. Sorry, guys. Anyway, here we find ourselves still in the 12-hour time frame. I wouldn't be surprised, though, before we actually make a complete recovery, if we make a complete recovery, if we do play out another test to the lows again, and perhaps then set in some divergences. Let's have a look at the 4-hour time frame here. 4-hour time frame, we've come back up. We've met with this wick low over here. We're finding a bit of resistance. I would like to see us come up and try and test this area here, around about 9,327, and it'll probably match up with the 21 EMA within the next 4 hours. I would say 4 to 8 hours, and let's see what happens then. I would anticipate a bit of a pullback, and then that's where we're going to decide. Are we going to come back down and create another low, perhaps create some divergences on the 4-hour, and maybe even higher time frames at that stage, or are we going to reaccumulate immediately and head on back up? I am pretty indifferent right now. I am delta neutral. I am basically, it doesn't matter which way the price goes. I am hedged. I just want to see some more print play out. I want to see which way this thing's going to go. You know, and we can look at all the indicators in the world. We can build our support and resistance in that. But all we're really doing is trying to gauge statistically, trying to sort of jimmy it in our favor statistically on which direction price is going to go. There's no 100% certainty on this. We have to take it level by level and play our edge. Right now, I am absolutely neutral with a slight bearish bias, but I can say that if the 12-hour Stokes do turn around at that trend line, I have always had a bad time going against those Stokes. So I would probably look at for some confluence and other indicators to see that where I can enter a trade long again. I am on the much higher time frame, still leaning bullish though. I know this is like a stuck record, but for me, we have created. We are by definition in a downtrend on the daily time frame. But still on the higher time frames, things don't look too bad. I'll give you this as an example. We have created a lower high on the 2-day, but right now as we sit, we haven't created a lower low. So we've created a lower high, but not a lower low. So we've created a lower high, but this could end up being, you know, a higher low. So this isn't a fait accompli yet. Let's just see what happens. Although a lot of the momentum indicators are looking a little bit bearish. If you look at the 3-day Stokes, they've turned down. The weekly is still up. The weekly is still up. At least on spot exchanges, it's still up. 3-day up, 2-day down, a 3-day down, 2-day I think has crossed down. Oh, it's down, but it's losing a bit of momentum to the downside, which is why I like to say, like, if you look here carefully, we haven't formally made a downtrend yet on the 2-day. So I'd like to be careful on that. 1 day, yeah, you could technically say, yeah, lower high, lower high, lower low. But we haven't broken this area. This area here for me is critical. This is the 85 to 86 area. If we break this area, then I think we are going to come much lower. And I think we're going to test the 73 to 75 area down here. Perhaps the 70, yeah, even lower. In fact, I would prefer to move this liquid zone lower at that stage. Adjust for what you see. As the chart prints, you adjust. Let's have a look quickly at the monthly. I don't think anything's changed there. I mean, we haven't closed the monthly. Yeah, still sitting in the same place. Weekly hasn't closed. Still okay structure-wise on the weekly. I don't see anything adverse here. We could still pull back up and form less of a bearish candle here. And but what we do need to do is perhaps consolidate a bit and then have another attempt at creating a higher high. At this stage, it's a no trade zone for me. I'm sitting delta neutral. I am not taking a trade right now. If we do seem to be playing out a range, perhaps I'll play some options. But right now, I'm completely neutral. Let's have a look at the fear and greed index. First time I'm looking at this today. It's ticking at a 42, back in the fear zone. It's not really useful, I would say, unless we got extreme reads. But yeah, it's still closer to neutral than anything else. A little bit of indecision. People aren't really sure what's going to happen. So yeah, not much we can glean from that. Guys, happy trading out there. I wish you a good weekend. And